Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. Recently, I posted a tropical florals focused video. That was the daytime edition. Today, we are going to talk about sultry tropical fragrances for the evening, for your date night, for your dinner out at a resort, or heck, your dinner around the corner in your neighborhood and you want to smell tropical sultry evening. I've got 10 selections, 9 that I stand firmly on, and one that's probably an honorable mention because I'm still getting to know it. Any guesses as to what's in this video? Put those down below. And before we get started, drop your favorite summer tropical sultry date night. Okay, we're talking about like balmy island. Did y'all watch Gilligan's Island as a kid? I did. And so these fragrances remind me of maybe something Ginger would wear. Remember Ginger on the show? She was sexy and sultry. She was the siren, the bombshell on the show. So these are Ginger kinds of fragrances here. I gotta go with one of the classics that you probably expect to see if you've been watching my channel for a while. Undeniable tropical summer fragrance. And, you know, by the way, let me just say any one of the fragrances I'm talking about here, well, most of the fragrances could have been in that other video too. So these like lines of delineation, demarcation between the lists are all in my head. You've seen me rave about this year after year, and I'm gonna rave about it some more. This is from Guerlain. This is Terracotta Le Parfum. I have a backup of this. I don't have backups of many fragrances. I went through a phase early in my channel where I thought about getting backups of all the ones that I loved. And then as you buy more and more and more and more and more and more and more fragrances, you realize you don't need backups. I need a backup of this one. I still have a backup of this one. This one, I don't know if it's easy to find. I will link all of these fragrances below if I can find links for them. They'll be in the description box and in the pinned comment. So notes here, tiare flower, coconut, bergamot. I don't really pick up a whole ton of citrus. Jasmine, ylang ylang, orange blossom, vanilla, and musk in the base. It's the vanilla that for me makes this a sultry fragrance and kind of grounds it. The fact that it has ylang ylang, which can also be a very sort of exotic smelling floral fragrance, along with the white florals. Coconut is creamy as well. This is creamy, dreamy, tropical florals in a bottle with some nighttime or sultry, even if it's not nighttime, like a sultry flair. I think this is one of the more mature, gorgeous summer fragrances in all of my collection and that I have ever tried. It has that sort of warm, been in the sun all day skin smell. It's just dreamy. It's just dreamy. This bottle I've been nursing for probably about 4 years now. Probably time to break out a new bottle soon, but it's just gorgeous. It took me a while to warm up to this. When I first tried it, I hadn't tried a lot of those sort of solar tropical smelling fragrances, and I found it a little bit too mature for me. And then as I wore it more and more, I was like, this is really, really beautiful. And it grew on me. So give Terracotta a chance if you can find it. And if you like the idea of a sultry, balmy, almost humid smelling, solar, tropical, floral, beautiful smell. Really like the queen among the ones that I'm going to talk about. There's one other here that is quintessential for summer. Let's just go on and get that one out of the way too. It belongs in every summer video anywhere. And I decided to put it among like the resort, dinner, evening, date night, sultry fragrances. I had to. Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc. This is maybe one of my favorite summertime smells of ever, ever. Now, when you're looking at this fragrance, be sure that you're looking at the opaque white bottle and not the Eau de Soleil Blanc, unless you want this that has a little bit more citrus in it. That one is the Eau de Soleil Blanc is a little bit lighter, thinner, and it has a little bit more of a citrus touch to it. This one, the Eau de Parfum in the white opaque bottle is much more, to me, creamy and sultry and a lot less of anything in the citrus family. Here for me, I'm looking at the notes. The features are the white florals. There's tuberose in the fragrance that stands out, in my opinion, as well as jasmine, coconut, and amber. Those are primary players. It is warm, it is creamy, it is floral. It is mega sophisticated, not just because I think that like I'm brainwashed because it's Tom Ford and it's the price. No, this is one of the most refined, sophisticated summer scents. Perfection. It is perfection for me. I think if I had to choose one fragrance out of the bunch that I'm going to talk about today to stick with for life, this would be the one because it is so perfect in terms of the images that it brings up in my mind the associations that I have with it in the summertime. It reminds me of every beautiful postcard of Santorini in Greece, the white buildings on the hillside with the sun setting, and you've got a beautiful white dress, or if you're a gentleman, a white linen suit on, and you're getting ready to go out to dinner. You're in your finest gear. There's a slight breeze blowing. There's maybe like bougainvillea hanging over the side of, people's walled in beautiful estates. There are white floral gardens around, and you can smell the fragrant air coming off of those. Night is falling, and maybe you have a little creamy coconut drink in hand as you're walking down the streets to your restaurant for dinner or through the resort or whatever. It's all of those vibes in one, and it's perfection in a bottle, and it's absolutely ridiculously priced. So I'm sorry for that. If you can find a dupe, the best dupe I have tried myself is called Simply Blanc by Just Jack. I think I got that right. The brand is Just Jack. The fragrance is Simply Blanc, but I don't think you can find it very easily. I don't even know if that one's made anymore. If anybody knows a really good dupe of this, drop that down below. But if you can afford it, get the real deal. This is a little 1 ounce. Rest assured, when this runs out, I will be purchasing the entire big bottle for life. A more recent release, and it definitely deserves a place in this lineup, and that is My Way Elang. Some folks have asked me about the difference between this and Flower Bomb Tiger Lily. They do have good similarities. I think the addition of Elang in particular in this fragrance and a coconut note makes this different to me and a little bit creamier and deeper and more exotic than Flower Bomb Tiger Lily, which is fantastic as well. That one's actually going to be, I think, featured in the Tropical Fruity fragrances video or something. It's in a video somewhere this summer because I can't leave that one out either. But there's enough similarities that I went with this one as a more sort of balmy nighttime on the island in the evening as the sun is setting and you want something a little bit more substantive and heavy. This one has more depth, I would say, than Flower Bomb Tiger Lily, which is a little bit lighter in texture than this. Both are beautiful. So main players here, mango, ylang ylang, coconut, and white florals. And there's vanilla in the fragrance as well. The vanilla adds like an anchor to this that I think helps it be a little bit more balmy and sultry. I mean, vanilla is not a balmy note. Like when I think of balmy, I think of warm, humid evenings or days. There's sort of just an exotic flair to this from the combination of the fruity and floral notes, both yellow and white florals, creaminess from vanilla and coconut alike. I think it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. For me, this is the farthest departure from the original My Way, which is that sort of bubblegummy tuberose forward fragrance. This has less of that DNA in comparison to all of the other My Way flankers and kind of goes a little bit off in its own direction, but it still has that tuberose in it as well as I think it's jasmine and other notes. But yellow florals and white florals along with the mango and the anchoring of that vanilla and coconut. Ooh, make this so special for like a summer evening. Has a little bit of sex appeal too. So that's My Way Elang. Speaking of tuberose as a note, I have to give it up to, let me shine this for y'all because it's like a fingerprint magnet and that's gross. From Gritti, Because I'm Free. One of my more treasured Gritti fragrances. I mean, who am I kidding? I love so many of them now. I've got probably 10 or 11 full Gritti bottles in hand. I like them all. I like them all. I did a whole Gritti video if you're interested in checking out my thoughts. What stands out to me of this is a beautiful honey note. There's banana flower in the fragrance that reminds me of the same banana flower that is in Daisy Wild by Marc Jacobs. Maybe it's the banana flower that's smelling like that to me, but it's like a honey tuberose scent. And it's got some beautiful, fun, candied notes at the top, especially. And as it settles down, it becomes sultry, almost like tropical florals with honey tones to them. And there's also caramel and vanilla, amber touches. So there's floral, there's a honey tone, there's sweetness, there's depth from the anchor and from the amber and the vanilla that I think make this a really grown up, feminine, beautiful night out in the summer scent. And I would say night versus day because for me, this is a little bit heavy for the depth of summer. If it's really hot out, it might be cloying in the summer, but it would be just right. I mean, think about putting on like a dress like this, something that is, kimono in style and it's got a lot of floral and beautiful colors to it. And you're just ready to have a wonderful dinner out at your resort, your local restaurant, whatever, in the heat of summer. and you want it to smell supremely feminine and noticed. Beautiful, heavy floral with honey tones and some candy notes in it too. Fantastic because I'm free. This next one had a big moment on YouTube a few years ago, and it's not really talked about much anymore. It's one of those that has kind of quietly been decluttered, but it is hanging tough here in this house. Loved one of the sexier ones. It never fails that when I wear this, I my husband's all over me, sniffing me, wanting to know what I'm wearing. This is Dolce Garden from Dolce& and Gabbana. I don't think this top matches this bottle, so that's like my one complaint. It's got this pink floral. I feel like there should be something a little bit more elegant on top of this. Some people like this top, but we're not here to talk about the top. It's one of the deeper, more heavy, summer focused fragrances. This one has enough body and oomph to be worn all year round. I mean, like you could wear this in the dead of winter and it would hold its own. It's got good longevity. The primary notes here are coconut and vanilla. And so, from that sense, it already, with such a heavy vanilla, has the sultry va va voom factor. There's almond notes and then yellow and white florals. Frangipani, ylang ylang, magnolia, and a sandalwood base. I think that this is heavy on the yellow florals, followed by the coconut, if I had to describe it, anchored by this vanilla sandalwood combo. It is very sexy, very alluring, super date night. It's creamy and round and deep, kind of has this sort of luscious feel to it, and should be pretty affordable on gray market sites. Like this should be all over the place for a full bottle. I don't even know, $50, $60, something like that, worth every single penny of the retail price and absolutely any of the sale prices and last a long time. Another sort of top pick, fail proof selection for summer date night. Like it does no wrong in my book. It's fantastic. A more unique offering among the ones that I'm going to talk about today is Mahogany Sun from Paroy. I personally am not the biggest fans of the bottles from this house. I feel like they're a little bit loud in color, so I just want to get that out of the way. And this one is no exception. I mean, this is loud in terms of the color. The fragrance itself is fantastic. This is fig and frangipani and vanilla in the base. It's got this fun fruity feel to it. And by fruity, I mean like it's the same, think about fig. Fig has different nuances to it depending on how it's used in a fragrance, what it's accompanied by. It can show up green or it can be more of a very ripe, almost like date-like smelling fig, like on the more sticky, syrupy side. This one I feel like is a combination, like a fun combination of green aspects of certain fig notes, as well as some of the more syrupy aspects of fig notes that are on the more mature, fruity, like raisiny kind of side. And it's got that tropical yellow floral, even a little bit of sort of sunblock tinge to it in the far background with that vanilla base. It's interesting, it's different, it's both playful and serious and worth a sniff if you haven't tried this out. Interesting name too, Mahogany Sun. I feel like this is one of those sleepers that people should try out if you're tired of the same old same. Like if you're sick of hearing about terracotta, been there, done that. Tell me something new. Try out Mahogany Sun. It's a nice, interesting twist on a summer fragrance, especially with the addition of fig alongside yellow florals. Like, that's a very creative twist to me. And it just works in here. It's really interesting. And you keep sniffing yourself because it's an intriguing scent. So, this is one that would be both playful and fun, yet have a little bit of mystery and edge for like a nighttime date night out in the summer vibe. Another one that people have been quietly decluttering, and I've been like, how is that possible? Because that smells so sexy to me. It's Alien Goddess Intense. Now, of course, you all know I happen to be an Alien fan, the OG, and have enjoyed many of the flankers, not all. This is probably my favorite flanker. I've tried probably and owned, I don't know, something like 5 or 6, maybe even 7 of the Alien flankers. This one takes the cake for me. It's a lot like sprayed a little here. The original Alien with some coconut and heavy vanilla vibes. This is super duper evening sultry, perfect for a balmy night when you want it to smell like a little sexy siren, okay? Jasmine, coconut, vanilla. It's got a very warm base to it. I would say like an ambery golden vanilla is the primary sort of pedestal upon which this very sort of tropical smelling jasmine combination sits. It is it's beautiful. To me, very sexy, like a very toned down version of the original Alien with a lot of vanilla and coconut added. And I love it. Very, very pretty fragrance. Long lasting, compliment getting, sexy, sexy AF right here. For those of you that are gourmand lovers and wondering, is there anything in this lineup that leans in the gourmand direction? This one is one to try out, and it's beloved by many who have tried it. I don't know anyone who's disliked this fragrance that has actually given it a real try, like worn it. This is DISUMANO from Morph. Again, another one where I'm just not super enamored with the bottle, but hey, I mean, it's supposed to look like the face of it is twisting and morphing away, I suppose. I don't hate it, but I just don't love it. But that's not what it's about. This is a very sweet summer fragrance. Primary players are a caramel note, which is distinguished here, distinguishable, and distinguishes it from everything else in the lineup today and gives it a lot of gourmand flair. Heavy, heavy dose of vanilla, amber, and tonka bean, which combined together, this is not my scent of the day. I actually have like a citrus forward fragrance on today, but I had to spray this on. If you've smelled vanilla skin from Fleur, imagine that this has the base of vanilla skin with vanilla even more amped up. And on top of that is caramel. And here's the tropical flair. There's a nice, beautiful coconut primary note. So it's got like a creamy, prominent coconut, beautiful coconut, coconut that smells like the can of creme de coconut that you would use in desserts, that kind of coconut. It's creamy, it's dreamy, very edible, very gourmand in nature. Arguably doesn't belong in like a summer resort evening sultry fragrance category, but because of the addition of coconut, I'm adding it here. Gosh darn it. And we're going to call this a summer nighttime fragrance. Honestly, you could pull this out in the fall and add this to your fall videos as well because of the gourmand aspects in here. You could wear this in the winter. You could wear this whenever. But if you like caramel and the idea of adding coconut to it, all sitting on this vanilla tonka bean, really golden amber base, give this one a try. This next one is not to be played with. She's not predictable. She smells different. One of these things is doing its own thing, and it's this one here. You're not gonna put baby in the corner. She's gonna express herself, and she's gonna be different, and you're gonna love her, you're gonna notice her, you're gonna compliment her. This is from Jean-Paul Gaultier, and it's called Divine or Divine, and it's the Le Parfum version. So there is the OG version, which is beautiful too. That one's a little bit more beachy, light floral. This one, look at the booty on this one. Body, yaddy, yaddy for days. Of course, it looks like a fembot. It reminds me of Madonna, Vogue, Express Yourself, all that stuff. I sprayed a little on here to remind myself of the beauty, the unique, interesting beauty that this fragrance is. It's characterized primarily by a heavy amber and floral combination with a whole lot of summertime warmth on it. So notes here, solar notes and lily, frangipani and sea salt in the middle, and then amber and benzoin in the base. It's supposed to be bold. It's supposed to celebrate the presence of a woman, the uniqueness of a woman, and it's supposed to smell richly sensual. And I agree, and it does. And it is heavy, heavy, heavy amber, heavy florals. If you've smelled Monica from Gritti, this has a little bit of that purple floral nature that's in Monica, which is interesting. Maybe it's the sort of lily, even though lily isn't a purple floral, right? But it can lend something like what I'm smelling here, this sort of cool crispness sitting in the middle of the warm amberiness, other beautiful florals, and this golden touch. It's like sun infused nighttime form. And it's so hard to describe, so interesting, so different. Yes, it has that kind of salty feature to it if you know to smell for that. Last a long time, is noticed when you wear it because it's so unique. People are like, what is that? That is different. That's unique. I need to know what that is. I don't think this is for everyone. So if you don't have a chance to smell this somewhere and you are not adventurous with your fragrances, you may not enjoy this. But for those of you that have an affinity for these kinds of bottles, if you like most of the Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrances, you like the DNA of the fragrances, you know that it's going to give you something unique and beautiful and feminine and different. Take a chance on this one, the Divine one. The OG is beautiful as well and could be in this category. I feel like because of the amber and warmth, this one goes more into nighttime territory. Then I have an honorable mention of a fragrance that I have challenges with, and I want to know your thoughts. There are parts of it that I think are really beautiful, and parts of it that I guess I'm just like coming to terms with or trying to figure out, trying to understand. I'm not willing to give up on it. It's like a wild horse that I need to figure out how to tame or something. This is HILI from Widian, one that was raved about last summer, maybe the summer before, I don't remember, and I blind bought, took a chance on, and I see aspects of it that I'm like, I get it. I get what people are smelling. And then I'm also slightly confused. There's nothing about the fragrance that I dislike. I just am not sure. This is what I mean. I'm not sure if it belongs in a summer category or actually in a winter category. And that might be what's confusing my mind. So, notes here include a nice blend of white and yellow florals together, pepperiness, vanilla, amber, and woodiness. There's even a cinnamon note in the fragrance and coconut. And I'm trying to figure it out. Like I sniff it and I think, ooh, that is interesting. I want to get to know it more. There's a lot of depth, a lot of intrigue. It smells floral and creamy and woody and slightly spicy at the same time. And then I'm like, but the coconut, I don't know if people said that this is a summer scent just because of the coconut. Having coconut in it doesn't make it any fragrance, automatically a summer fragrance for me. Coconut can sometimes just add a nice creamy note. So I'm not sure what I'm smelling. So it's an honorable mention because I really wanted to get your thoughts on what this smells like to you. Sometimes hearing from the audience what you get out of it helps me interpret and understand the fragrance more. Very long lasting, nicely projecting. This is a house that uses some amazing ingredients in its blends, and you're gonna pay for it. They're gonna charge you a penny or two, okay, for your for your perfume. So it is beautiful. I'm just not sure if this belongs in the winter, late fall and winter, or in the spring and summer. Do tell me your thoughts, Healy from Widian. And I also want to hear, do you plan to visit a resort this summer? Do you plan to visit a tropical island? Do you live on a tropical island? What would you wear to an evening dinner on a tropical island? Or if you wanted to feel like you were on one and you live somewhere else? Give us your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this particular lineup. Is this a category you enjoy? Is this a category you bypass? Tell us all the details below. See you in the next one. Take care, friends.